Oh, hi there everyone, it's Falcore here and welcome back to the vlog. It's been a while. I feel like that's the thing that everybody says every single time they ever make a video now, but it has been a while again. And here I am, just making a video for the sake of it really. I just sort of fancied giving a bit of an update of what's happening in life. What's happening in life? I apparently have forgotten how to trim my beard because it's out of control and it's long. So I've been ill lately. I've been on antibiotics now for 6 weeks, I think. 3 different types of antibiotics across the 6 weeks, may I add. The first ones did not work. The second ones worked better but still didn't work. And these ones feel like they're working. I'm taking the last one tonight. That'll be the final one, and then hopefully the issue will be gone and I will be okay again. But they've been awful. I think as they've gotten worse, well, as they continued on and I've continued taking them, I have just become more and more sluggish. And I did look at the side effects and it said that feelings of fatigue are one of the side effects, but I've never heard anybody else ever mention that they get fatigue from taking antibiotics. So I was starting to think, is it just me? Am I like imagining it? Because I've continued to do yoga every day. I've not really been running. I've managed a couple in between, but the running really didn't feel good while I've been ill in the way that I've been ill. So that's interesting. I feel like I'm skirting around the subject of why I've been ill. And actually, it's not like a secret. I'm not ashamed of it or anything, but so I'm going to tell you actually because it's quite interesting. It's not very common for a man to have this issue, but basically I have been having recurring urinary tract infections since I was about 15 years old. I think that's the first time I ever had one, and I've just had them on and off over the years, and almost to the point where I'd gotten kind of used to them, and I just got used to like having them repeatedly. And it's challenging being a gay man and having to go to the doctors and say I've got a urinary tract infection, because they instantly go, how many people are you sleeping with, and blah blah blah. And I know that that is a normal question and should be part of the question for, you know, the screening and the triage of those sorts of things. But over the years I have had some unpleasant sort of attitude from medical professionals who have an issue with the fact that, you know, I am a gay man and I've got a urinary tract infection, which is often caused by by the bacteria E. coli, which obviously lives in your bowels. If you get my meaning as to what I'm alluding to and to what they're always alluding to. However, on many occasions that has obviously not been the issue, and most of the time is not the issue. Long story short, I've been having them all my life. No one's ever been able to figure out why. I've had scans on my kidneys, my bladder. I have had kidney stones once, suspected kidney stones, and I don't think it was kidney stones. I think it was a urinary tract infection that spread to other places like my kidneys or something like that. I don't know whether that can happen, but they said I was going to pass stones and that I probably wouldn't see them, but I'd feel them, and I didn't. That was years ago anyway. So this time around, it's genuinely been the worst infection that I'd ever had. And what they think has happened now, as I moved on to the 3rd course of antibiotics, a different one, was that they suspect that the infection that I had spread to my prostate, which is interesting to be talking about issues with your prostate when you're not even 34 yet. It's not uncommon, I realise, or maybe it is, but you know, I am a man and I do have those parts, and sometimes those parts can have issues, so I just have to not take it personally and not stress about my age. That's an update on where I've been at and what I've been doing. I am working from home today as per. It's Wednesday at the moment, and I am actually in the office tomorrow and Friday, which is nice. I'm going to make some cakes tonight to take into the office, pear and chocolate cakes, which I made last week, and they're absolutely delicious. And one of the most wonderful things I've ever made. So looking forward to taking those into the office again. I can just pop you down on my laptop. Look at these headphones that I got from work, having my calls. I feel like air traffic control. This is Falcore X2212 coming in for landing. You are cleared, thank you. And look at these headphones I got. Look, these are my own personal ones, but look, they're like retro style headphones, because I used to have headphones like this when I was a kid, like, but they obviously like had wire, whereas now with the marvels of the modern age, we can have wireless music. So they're really lightweight. The sound on them is by no means amazing, but they're just like really comfortable and they're lightweight, because headphones hurt my head. Those ones that go in your ears, they hurt my ears, pardon me, and most of the time they just fall out, which is annoying. And then these type of ones, I mean these, I can't tell you how tight these are. They like press into my ears and they make my ears hurt. And obviously because I wear my spectacles when I'm on like calls and stuff, or when I'm using the computer, it like makes my ears press into my glasses, and it really hurts. Whereas these are so lightweight and like soft, and they don't like press into my head. They just like sit gently against my ears. They're really great. They were like 16 or 17 pounds on Amazon. I try not to buy things from Amazon, but sometimes you just buy things on Amazon. Ooh, let me show you the new cups I've got as well. You can tell I've just been at home like ill quite a lot, because I've just been like ordering shit online. This is my coffee making area, as I'm sure you all know. But look, I got these gorgeous little cups from H&M. So I've got espresso cups. Look at that. Is that not just the cutest thing you've ever seen? And then there's like a milk jug that they actually didn't have any left of on the H&M website, but I tracked it down on eBay and I got one that was like basically like brand new. And then there's the cappuccino cup as well. Look at it! Look at them! They're exactly what I was hoping for. Because I've got my normal like mug that I use for my tea, but it's huge. And that one's for tea. Then I've got these ones that are our normal ones for like every day. And I got some little spoons as well from Profanity Spoons, which actually I spent ages talking to the woman who runs Profanity Spoons, trying to work out what word I could put on them, and I decided that I couldn't think of anything that I liked, so I was like, can I just have the spoons? And she very kindly said yes. So I've got my little espresso spoons as well. In fact, you know what, I might make an espresso. Let's make it. And I know I'm a totally basic bitch and I've got an espresso machine, and you know what, believe me, I've said this before I think on this vlog, that I actually hate now that I have an espresso machine sometimes, purely because I hate the company. Now that I always knew Nestle were bad, but when I actually researched only like the end of last year or whatever into why they're bad, I like hated myself. But I'm stuck in a subscription with them. I have to buy the pods because I can't get out of the contract. I actually had an argument with the person over live chat on the Espresso website, telling them what awful people they were. Not them personally, but that their company that they work for is. And I said how I would never be subscribing with them again, and blah blah blah, and that they need to be more transparent and change their ways and la di da da. And obviously this person was like probably thinking, go away, I don't care, leave me alone, I'm just a customer service person on a live chat. But I laid into them in a very constructive and sensible way. But the problem is that I do like the convenience of the pod making machine, and I do recycle my pods, so hopefully that is a good thing. I do everything that I possibly can. In the future, I'd hope to have another Nespresso compatible machine. I like the grind one. It's just really expensive. It's nearly like £300, but they say that it should like last you like 10 years or more, and that they'll do all the repairs on it whenever it needs them. So I might look to invest in one of those in the future when this one actually completely dies, but I will use this one until it's like on the brink of death, and then we'll go from there essentially. Anyway, I'm going to stop wanging on and pull this espresso, because I know that you all really give a crap and want to see this espresso. So I've still got some of these forest almond ones that were their like Christmas like specials. They're not actually from Christmas. I ordered some more in my last order because I like the almond ones. They've got like a nice almond aroma. Okay, let's espresso. Oh yeah, that's the cabbage. Ice, so delicious. Yep, every last drooling drop belonging to a cup. It's all about the cup, really. Oh yeah. Ooh. And now let's take our. I'm looking at the camera so I can't find it. I went spoon. No, it's there. There we go, I'm doing it. You obviously always want to stir your espresso because an espresso forms in layers. I don't know whether that counts still with the Espresso machines, but we want to mix in all the layers together. And there we go. It's a delight. It is a nice espresso, I must say. It's pleasant. It's got a lovely almond aroma. It's probably not, you know, isn't what the cool kids want. Oh God, blind. Blind! You know what I've just realised? Without thinking about it, without a moment's thought, I've gone back to shooting landscape because it is my preferred. Shooting in portrait just really doesn't actually do it for me. Even though holding the phone in this way to film is quite awkward and hurts my fingers, but it just looks so much better, and I feel like the field of view just has what you want to see. Like, it's all there. Like, I don't know. Proper rambling. Proper rambling. I hope you're all enjoying the rambling. Has anyone ever tried salt in their coffee? Apparently it's a thing. I haven't tried it, and I don't desire to try it at this moment, so that's not going to happen. We are trialing Green Chef, which is like a meal box. The same as like Hello Fresh. Fact for you, the company's actually owned by Hello Fresh, and the reason I decided to try them was because they cold called me essentially and offered me like something ridiculous, like 60% off the first box, and I had 20% off the other boxes. But to be honest, I think the cost of them are still quite a lot, in my opinion. It's sort of the premium range. It's HelloFresh's sort of premium range. There's meant to be more plant-based options. There was only 5 to choose from, and you can get 4 meals in a box. So far, the recipes have been just okay. I think from when she described it on the phone, she was like, we're the premium option. We like work with nutritionists and we develop the recipes and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I bet you're really busy, aren't you? Bet you've got a busy professional life. And I was a bit like, well, I work from home most of the time. So actually, at the end of the day, I step from my kitchen table to the oven over here and I just make food, and I plan my meals every week because I'm vegan and my partner is allergic to 20 million different things. I was like, so actually we are busy people, but we make and find the time to cook pretty much every meal from scratch because we have to. And she was a bit like, I have nothing to say. And I was just like, sell it to me, bitch, sell it. But because it was such a good like kind of offer, it cost us like 25 quid or something for like 4 meals, which is okay. I still actually think we get all of our vegetables and fresh stuff for probably about the same in the supermarket, maybe even less depending on what we're making that week, because there's some stuff that we make where we know when we're a bit, you know, short at the end of the month, we can make stuff that's a little bit cheaper from like, you know, lots of like kinds of beans and legumes and like chopped tomatoes, things just like in a tin are quite inexpensive. So we're pretty good with stuff really, and I don't think a meal box is really what we need, but it was there to try. I've only done that 1 week, like I say, and then it goes up and we had like 10% off the next like couple, but that would still make them very expensive and I'm not willing to pay that. And also the recipes themselves are just from what we already make, I found them to be a bit unimaginative. And I think we make more interesting things from the Deliciously Ella app, which I do pay an annual fee for, and it's not very much. It is cheap. It's like, I think it cost us like £23 for the year, because I've got like the full subscription now, and yeah, I get like recipes, workouts, I've got the tracker, the mindfulness practices, the sleep practices, all sorts of stuff. So really, I know where my money is better spent. Cheers. So yeah, just to point out what's happening here, I do a thing when I work, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. It's the Pomodoro technique. And basically I set a timer and I work for like 30 minutes or so, and then I have a 5-minute kind of a break to make a drink. I just walk around the house. Sometimes I walk up and down the stairs or whatever. And it keeps me sort of in a flow of like working when I know that I've got to get shit done, essentially. There's just like a piece of ginger on the bench, and I'm like, it's just, oh, ginger, God. And another thing I just wanted to talk about was because I've been on antibiotics, and my GP actually mentioned it to me, and then we got into a big conversation about gut health. And she was incredibly fascinated and interested that I knew as much as I actually did, and stuff like that. But basically, so I've been doing what I can to support my gut health, because when you're on antibiotics, obviously, I guess antibiotics kills bacteria, and I think my interpretation of it is that obviously those antibiotics are going into your gut, and they're probably not able to differentiate between the good and the bad. So the good bacteria that I've been building in my gut over the last couple of years is just being absolutely obliterated. TMI, but it's made my poops go really hard. Like, my poops are perfectly firm anyway, but they've gone like solid as a rock, and it's weird. But anyway, so I've been having my coconut yogurt more so, with a bit of granola and things, or adding a bit, like stirring it into my porridge, or just having it on at the top because it adds a little bit of extra. I don't know whether I've mentioned before, but I have apple cider vinegar every single day. I have 25 milliliters of that in some water, and it's actually become something that I just really enjoy. It's like a nice thing that I have to drink. And I got some Biomel, from Sainsbury's to try. I posted a picture of it on my Instagram, and I tagged Biomel in it, and they very, very kindly said, and they saw that I'd said I'd obviously been on antibiotics and I wanted to protect my gut, and they said, oh, we'd really love to send you a care package. And I was like, oh my God. One, like, free shit. I love free shit. But then also I was like, that's really nice actually. Like, they were like, want to send you a care package. It was really cute. So they sent me a 14-day supply of their little ready-made bottles of the Biomel. It's a dairy-free cultured milk for digestive and immune health. They sent me the chocolate flavors, so an even mix of chocolate and almond salted caramel. They're both pleasant. I would say the one that I tried from Sainsbury's was the plain one. It's just like a plain coconut one. And now that I've had the chocolate and the almond salted caramel, I don't know, I'm a weird person when it comes to things like that. When I'm taking something as like a supplementary item, I feel weird about it being like flavored and being like a drink that I like want to be like, ooh, the taste is like a milkshake. Like, I find that a bit weird. However, the chocolate is lovely because obviously it's just a bit of cocoa in there, and the almond salted caramel, just like, it's one of those things that's like, there's definitely a flavor there, but it's like nearly undetectable. So I'm not, it's like nice, perfectly nice, but I'm just not particularly fussed for it. I wouldn't choose the almond salted caramel one. I hate when I get this little bit of hair here because it looks like I'm trying to like hide my hairline, like I've got some kind of a comb over. I am not. I do have a slightly receded hairline that I've like, it's happened in my older age, but I don't care about it. I hate that little flick is there, making it look like I'm like, oh, hiding my bald spot. I don't care, even if I do go bald, I'll just shave my head. It's part of life. Anyway, I'm just rambling on again. So my 5 minutes is nearly up. This is helping me to time, so I'm gonna stop that there. Okay, so I was also selling some things on eBay. And they have sold, and they're now ready to, well, they've now made the payment, so now I'm ready to post them. So I'm going to quickly walk to the Hermes drop-off point, take those parcels, and then I'm going to go for a quick half-hour run, and then get back to work for the afternoon. So I'm going to do that. Well, I did my run. However, it turned from being a run into a walk, and it was a bit weird really. So I got about 2 kilometers in, and then all of a sudden I just felt like a ping or like a twinge in my calf with my left leg, and it just feels like I don't know, like injured a muscle, but I wasn't doing anything peculiar. I warmed up like I always do. I did nothing different than ever, and it just went wrong. So I thought, I mean, it wasn't agonizing, and it isn't. It's just an uncomfortable like muscle pain. It does feel a bit like I've like torn a muscle or something, but I don't know whether if I'd torn a muscle, I'd feel it more than I do. Maybe like a trapped nerve. I don't really know. So I've put some arnica gel on it, and I'm just gonna rest it. So for the rest of the run I just walked instead because I didn't want to do nothing because I was already out there, so I thought I'll just have a nice walk. So I did, and I was really cold because obviously I was like in my shorts ready for running, and then I ended up walking. So yeah, so now I'm gonna make some pear and chocolate muffins. I got straight back and I've done the rest of my work for the day, and I've just finished for the day because I finished work at 4:30. The sun's still out, which is quite pleasant. It's a bit cloudy, it's very windy out, but yeah, I'm inside in the cozy and I'm going to make some pear and chocolate muffins, so I'll show you those when they're done. This is going to make delicious cakes, I assure you. Ooh, delicious. This is what we're having for dinner. As you can see, it looks, it looks really nice on camera. Oh,
whereas in person it looks like
real life it looks shit. It's roasted vegetables with a turmeric tahini dressing, pomegranates, mixed seeds and parsley.